Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my Gig-Olos and Gig-Olettes. It's me, Gio. Y'all know who the fuck it is. Alrighty, gonna go over something that happened yesterday and today. I got a same day. Got a same day offer. I got two yesterday. One was a moving job. And that one was booked for 11:30, which I was late to. And marked that one as a 2-hour job. Probably would have taken only 2 hours if the other worker wasn't such a bum. And then I got an offer for furniture assembly at 2 p.m. Yeah. So the offer said, I have an IKEA nightstand that's already assembled. The bottom drawer was put together incorrectly, so I just need that part reassembled and take a look at the rest to make sure it looks good. So I checked the chat feature, and there's something I've never seen before. It said, hi, this is Lydia with Taskrabbit support. I assisted your client in setting up this task. She is looking forward to you coming out this afternoon. Should you have any questions for her, could you please give her a call through the app? She is having trouble accessing the chat thread. Please note that support does not actively monitor these chat threads. So if you have any concerns or questions or concerns, call us directly. So I called the client, and I figured, from the note in the chat thread that I'm like, this person's probably on the elderly side, just not really familiar with technology. So I called her, and it's this like super sweet old lady. And I spotted the accent immediately. I didn't know where she was, but had this accent. And she told me, she's like, I hired a tasker to build this thing. He spent a while on it, and she said the drawers are falling apart when you pull them out. And I'm trying to get info because I'm trying to think like what's causing this. Like, is the whole piece put together incorrectly? Are the drawers put together incorrectly? And I told her straight up, and I'll go into more detail about this in a second. I said, I am not the best with IKEA furniture, right? And that's a truth, and that's absolute. That's the one thing on Taskrabbit that I'm like, I am just okay at furniture assembly, but my bread and butter is moving jobs, because I'm a big dumb caveman in the 21st century. So I told her, I'm like, here's what we'll do. If I can recognize the problem and I feel like I could do it, then I will do it. If I can't fix it and you want someone who's more proficient in Taskrabbit, I didn't use those words, but for the sake of not sounding like a complete idiot on YouTube, I said if you want to hire someone who's got more expertise in IKEA stuff, then I just won't invoice you. And she's like, okay, that's fine. And the reason I say I'm not that great at IKEA is because on the IKEA category on TaskRabbit, I've done 13 jobs. I still have a 5-star review, oddly enough. But I did one job where it was an IKEA daybed, and it took like 3 hours to build. And they complained to me that the slats weren't flat, and that the part that you push into the so like essentially there's the top part which has a mattress on it, and then the bottom part which you put another mattress on, and that slides into the top part. So the slats were uneven, which that's the way it was designed, and the bottom part didn't slide into the top, and that was my fault. I guess all you got to do is really lift it up. Another tasker I work with said that he knows the other tasker that went to go fix that issue, and apparently I goofed up that job pretty good. I don't know. That's fine. I'll take that fuck up. That was me. The second time was in the same week. Put together a 8 dresser drawer, and that one took about 3.5 hours total. And I remember, so you have to pretty much, you have to fix the rails onto this really thin piece of wood in the middle. right? The rails for the larger drawers, and in the middle piece, the two screws that you had to screw the rail into, like just they were rubbing or touching, so there was a tiny bit of friction when you were pushing the one drawer in. And it wasn't like it was stuck or it didn't move. It just like you just had to move it a tiny bit more to get it in. And I mean, other than that, it was perfectly fine. So I got 2 emails from Taskrabbit in 2 days saying I did a lousy job on IKEA. I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not risking my account for IKEA assembly jobs. So I took myself off that category, right? So I show up to the client's house and she shows me the thing. I try moving it to a spot where I can work on it. I immediately notice that the top is really kind of loose and it's not moving around that well, or it's moving around too well. It's not like tight and firm. And I told her right away, I'm like, okay, well, that's a problem. And she's like, okay. And then I pulled the drawers out and I noticed that I really should have kept one of the pieces for visual aids. When you screw in, when you're attaching the pieces for IKEA, you screw the one part in, and then there's that one like part of the nail of the screw that's hanging out, and then you have to take the other little thing and screw that in, and that's what tightens it. I think it's called a hanger. So there was 3 drawers on this little bedside thing, and each drawer had 4 slots for those, like I said, hangers, I'll call them. And none of the drawers had a single hanger attached. So it was missing 12 of them. So I told her right away, I'm like, okay. And she only had 2 pieces left in the bag. So the other tasker either skipped that part or just got frustrated and left. I don't know. So I said, okay, well, I'm pretty sure I have a bag of these back at home. I said, I'll go home and check if I have them. And if I do have them, I'll come back tomorrow. And if I don't have them, then I'm gonna have to stop at a hardware store and try to find some. And she's like, okay, that's fine. So I go home, I find the bag, I call her up, and I'm like, hey, we're all good. I'll be there in the morning. So I went in there today. It literally took 15 minutes. It took 15 minutes because it literally took all of 1 minute to screw in those pieces and make sure the drawers weren't, they were tight. And then, but I spent like maybe 12 minutes just kind of like adjusting and fixing the top part so it didn't fall off. And I think like the piece of the frame where you have to stick that thing into to tighten it just got really like, this might have been my fault because I was like pulling it out to try to get it tight, and I might have added a little bit to the, there was too much space in there maybe, so one corner of the thing was still kind of loose, but it was a huge improvement over how I found it. And I told her about it. I didn't lie to her. And then yeah, so that was it. Literally, that was the second simplest furniture assembly job I did. The first easiest was the why am I so close to the Jesus? The first one was the that Christmas tree that disassembled that took fucking 8 minutes. That was the easiest one. Yeah. So yeah, that was first time fixing a piece left over from someone else, and that was IKEA. I'm still not confident enough to do IKEA assemblies, just because the margin of error, I mean, even if, like, this is my experience, even if you follow the directions precisely on an IKEA build, there's still going to be something that goes wrong. Like I've maybe, out of the 13 I did on TaskRabbit, I think I did 2 that were like completely flawless, like without a single issue. Even if you're using a drill, there's still going to be a little bit of give here and there. It's so frustrating. you know, hats off to the people out there that do IKEA stuff more frequently, because those things are such a pain in the ass. Yeah. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for this one. Second easiest furniture assembly job. And yeah, all right, that's all I got for this one, guys. I want to thank y'all for watching. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay healthy, stay classy. I'll talk to you next time.